What is up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Today is the day that I finally do it. I'm gonna park the bike and I'm gonna be working on it, and I'm not gonna ride it until it's fully fixed. So this can take a week, it can take 2 weeks, it can even take a month. The deadline that I'm setting for myself will be around the 2 to 3 week mark. What I'm basically going to be doing is stripping the entire bike and spray painting the tank, side covers and the frames, and then also replacing the fuel system. So I've just washed the bike, we're going to take it to the garage. Oh, by the way, we've got a garage now. That's right, guys, we got our hands on our own little garage, a little workshop to work on the bike. It's going to be a game changer, just having a roof over our heads, PowerPoints, lighting. It's going to be sick. It's not too far from where we live. In fact, let's walk over right now. It's not too far from where we live. It's just here. So my neighbor who lives behind us has been very gracious and has lent us her garage. She doesn't drive and she just uses it for storage. So let's have a look at it. Look at that, guys. Just a single car garage, not massive, but it's already gonna be a game changer. Super stoked for this. This is where my bike's gonna be living for the next 1 to 4 weeks, hopefully closer to the 1 week mark. While the bike is drying off, I'm gonna move into the garage and set myself up. Alright, so my goals for today is to completely strip the bike. This is what happens when fuel gets left for too long, especially with the ethanol. It turns into lacquer, and so when the carbs or the fuel tank has fuel left in there for too long, it gets clogged up because basically the inside turns brown and glassy. We'll do the same on the upside. So this is all the fuel from one carb, and I've got 2, so you could expect a full bottle of petrol just being held in the carbs. The main reason why I'm changing out the carbs is because currently they leak, and I used to catch the fuel whenever I was parking in like a big glass bottle, and I'm not even joking, after a full day of parking, I'd come back to the bike and we'd have like this much petrol just leaking from the carbs onto the floor. I would have around this much, so like 600 mils. It's not very good. Another thing is that the internals of these carbs are all rusted and gummed up and chewed up. It's just not in a good state. So currently the bike runs really rich, meaning it burns too much fuel than what's required. Currently on a full tank is around 12 liters. Currently on a full tank, I only get around, honestly, 100 miles, which is shit. That's like what? 100 miles is around 140 kilometers. For 12 liters, that's not much at all. When I first got it, I used to get up to 115 miles, and it's just been getting progressively worse. So fuel efficiency is not really good on this bike, and it's not good for the environment, it's not good for my bank account. It's just not good. I'm sick of this bike smelling like fuel because it's just constantly leaking. So hopefully when I change out the carbs, that will fix it all. Box is out. I'm actually not sure what I'm gonna do with this breather tube, to be honest, when I replace it. I'm gonna have to ask them. Not too sure what happens there. So this is just loose now. I'm gonna remove the carbs. From memory, I don't think this fits forward, so I'm not exactly sure how to take it out, but we'll try. We'll give it a crack. Alright, it doesn't look like it's gonna work. I'm gonna do the sensible thing and leave this and do a bit more research. For now, I'll take the exhaust out and we can put the bike into the shop. Alrighty guys, this is about as much as I'm going to take off for now anyways. As you can see, we've basically stripped it all the way down to the electronics and the engine. I really wish I could take that out. That's going to be a project for another day. Alright, the bike's going to live in there for a while. Gonna head over to Bunnings, get some more stuff. The weather's turning out to be really crap right now. Alright, it's around 4:30 and the sun's going to go down pretty soon. It's actually quite chilly now. The forecast for tomorrow is meant to be really bad. It's meant to be like highs of 8 degrees. It's going to be the coldest day that we've experienced so far. So it's not the best time to start painting. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try stripping the paint off the tank. And since it's so cold, I'm actually going to bring in the light and we're going to work inside the garage. Alright guys, I just want to show you what we're dealing with here and why I'm stripping this tank. Well, first and foremost, it's rusty. It's rusty on the inside. I'm not sure if you can see that. There's rust externally. You can basically see the metal underneath. Like it's almost down to bare metal. Bits of dents here and there. Yeah, just dents all over, rust all over. And don't get me wrong, I love the way it looks. I like the patina and that old school sort of vintage beaten up look of it. And if it wasn't for the rust, I would have just sealed it, done a clear coat over it and just kept it as is because I actually really like the character that it brings. The reason why I have to strip it and seal it is because there's a few pinholes. So here's some epoxy which I put down previously, and this is maybe the third or fourth time I've put this epoxy down, but the petrol just eats through it. So you can see here it's starting to peel off just here. So there's pinholes all over. There's 1, 2, 3, like, I'm not even going to count. There's probably more than 30 pinholes just along here, in this area, in this area, in this area. Usually it develops along the bottom where the petrol and the water sort of collects. And then on the underside, some pinholes here, probably some pinholes here. And there were other pinholes on this side. There we go. Pinholes here. And these are the pinholes that I've found with the paint on. So this tank has leaked on me multiple times in the past. So what we're going to do today is put on some paint stripper, paint it all over, and that's going to help remove the paint. Then we're going to scrape it off. Once all the paint is scraped off, we'll be able to sort of assess the situation, see where the rusty parts are, and we'll try to sand all that rust back, reveal any more pinholes, and then we'll seal it with a putty. As I said before, it's getting quite late today, so I think I'll start with just one layer of paint stripper, just to sort of get the process going. All right, here it goes. I'm actually pretty nervous about this. Nervous but excited. All right, let's do it. Alright guys, look at that. After one coat. That's amazing. And it happens so quickly as well. Wow guys, that is all I can say. Wow. This thing is nasty and it works so quickly. What I ended up doing was putting on a second coat, and then I got some steel wool and I sanded it down, and that got most of it off. And look, the tank's actually in pretty good shape, guys. It's I was half expecting whole massive holes and big veins of rust, but it's nothing that I wasn't really expecting. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, which is awesome. I'm actually not sure if I can leave this paint stripper on the tank, if that's safe to do so. So I'm gonna get some, I don't know, I think I'm gonna get some wipes and just wipe the residue off. And this is all I'm going to do for tonight. We got most of it off. I just wanted to give it a try, to be honest. Tomorrow I'm going to hit it again, and I'm going to focus on the edges and then also underneath. And I might get a wire brush on a drill and just sort of sand it all off. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. We're finally doing it. This is exciting and scary. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.